Now to San Mateo County, where the county's embattled sheriff is firing back as she faces accusations of misconduct and widespread calls for her resignation. The fight exploded into public view back in November with the release of an independent report. It accused Sheriff Christina Corpus of workplace misconduct. There were also allegations of an inappropriate relationship between her and her executive director. In early November, the Board of Supervisors were set to fire the executive director, but the sheriff instead promoted him in an attempt to block that move.
Effective immediately, I'm appointing Dr. Victor INJ to the position of Assistant Sheriff. I am the sheriff of this county. I answer to the people of San Mateo County who elected me. I will not be bullied.
Since the report was released, the Assistant Sheriff, Matthew Fox, stepped down. Just last week, the city of San Carlos approved a no-confidence vote against Corpus, calling on her to resign. San Mateo County supervisors will place a measure on the March ballot to give them power to remove the elected official. Still, Corpus is denying the allegations and is refusing to step down. Our Max Darrow has the latest on her effort to fight back.
San Mateo County Sheriff Christina Corpus is taking her employer, San Mateo County, to court. Corpus recently lawyered up independently, and her attorney, Brad Gage, says taking this step was no small decision.
So it takes an awful lot in order to proceed with this type of a claim.
Her legal team recently filed a government claim against San Mateo County, a mandatory precursor to a lawsuit of a government agency in California seeking $10 million in damages. The reason, says Gage,
we think that she has been the focus of a witch hunt and that the reason for it is discrimination and retaliation.
Corpus faces accusations of misconduct publicized in November after a months-long independent investigation into her tenure and department. The report details allegations of abuses of power, an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, intimidation, and the use of slurs.
That the allegations against Sheriff Corpus are not true.
Gage calls the investigation flawed and says this is an example of both race and gender-based discrimination. This excerpt of the legal claim goes into more detail, saying, quote, "This is a case about a county discriminating against, harassing, and defaming a dedicated public servant because the defendants do not want either a woman or a Latinx person as the head of their sheriff's department." County leaders have since called for Sheriff Corpus to resign. The county plans to hold a special election in March where they'll decide if county supervisors should have the power to fire the sheriff.
I think it's a collective at this point of individuals. Sheriff Corpus is attempting to bring accountability and to transform the department into the 21st century. Some of those reforms are not popular.
We reached out to the county. They said, quote, "This claim, which is a required step before a party can file a lawsuit against a county, is without merit. If a lawsuit is filed in the future, the county will address the baseless allegations in court."